You know, in my opinion, I don't pay too much attention to, the city politics before, right? Because I don't have to. So, in my opinion, in a long time ago, like Mayor Lustman, right? What we remember him, he's an executive. He knows how to make deals. He knows how to make things move. Everything, have very, energetic, efficient way of doing business or city.
Yes, sorry. In your case before the courts right now with the arrests, you coming in from China and being accused of running a Ponzi scheme, what is your views as to what the government's motives are, what the Crown's motives are for their actions relating to your arrest?
I think in their motivation, one thing is this, because they want the power over private business. They want more power with the people, especially our Chinese community. We're not, very strong. We cannot be, protect ourselves. So they can easily take us as, target and what is called a scapegoat.
Sorry, is what you're saying is that the government perceives the Oriental community to be very passive and easy to control?
Exactly, yeah. But I think that's the reason, because my case is very interesting. There's no evidence obvious to anybody. They didn't find any money. They didn't find that I use money, but they arrested me. They won't do that to anybody else, right? They won't charge other people like, Ponzi. They don't know what is a Ponzi is. People, to make people, the Ponzi kills people, right? Destroy your name. The government, if the government successful charge me as a Ponzi, so they can destroy everybody, any business. That's very dangerous and very detrimental to me, to my investor, and to the community, to the economy too. Because if you don't have the private business, the private business only have limited power to harm or dangers the public. The public company or government company, they have unlimited power or damage, but people didn't realize. But if that in the financial crisis called financial tsunami, right? The big banks with $trillion lost money. Investor lost $trillions. 2 generations of investors lost. Everybody lost too much money. They do not face the problem with that. That's the big problem.
So can you clarify about what you mean by they don't face that problem?
No, the regulator or the government do not investigate, or lay charges to the people who manage the money. Right? That's the big misconception, because anything, legalized or paperized, or in my opinion, is legal. If you can kill people, just like if you have license, right? Even wrong or right, if you have license, you can lose investors' money. Nobody responsible for it. You can take other people's money home without charge. The funny thing is like financial tsunami, right? The manager, CEO lose investors' money. What happened to them? They don't get a charge. They still get a bonus. Right? Why? Because they're connected to the government. So what I'm saying is this: the government can only go that far, to the extreme, too big. Too big to fail? Why you want it so big? fail, everybody got lost, got hurt, right? That's what it is. You know, government do not supposed to have too much power. Like, especially in my case, it's is a classical example for the government. You know why? I'll tell you. I came here as a new immigrant, now 20 years. I've been doing business for 20 years. I do not get any government assistance. I do not get any government support, right? I only get is trouble from the government. I always give you headache. Always, you know, if you study my case, as a businessman, I'm struggling for 17 years with the government. Otherwise, I would be billionaire now. That's one thing. The second is, without any government funding, without any government support, I raised $60 million in 3 years. Who can do that? This is money from US, from Asia, all over the world. Is there anything wrong with this? Are you powerful like this? Why you want to stop me? To bring more money to Canada? Right? The second thing, I did not spend any money, you know, like all the CEOs in the listed company or in the government. I do not take investors' money. You know, I spend like $500,000, something like that. I invested $1.5 million all my life, 17 years of life. My name, you know, that's why investor likes me, supporting me, because I'm a leader. I take the leadership. I take the risk, right? Even investors lose money, they know we can make it back. So they're supporting me. But the government say, you lose money. Do you think lose money is is criminal? Or is a crime? So that's, they make, you know, they think I would be, like you say, a passive, easy target. I surprise them, right? Because the second is people like me, honest people, hardworking, efficient, dynamic, you know, productive. I attract lots of investors, lots of money. So this is private business. The other thing is this. Over years, I paid millions of dollars to brokers, you know, the financial industry, bank. I paid the most money. I make Canada rich. I make a Canadian rich. I created lots of jobs, right? For myself, I didn't take anything. You see, I work hard. I get less. I contribute the whole thing to the public, to the society, to investor, to new immigrants. You know, that's what I'm saying. But
do you plan on doing that as mayor with the city?
Sure, because that's the thing, the key. If everybody do what I do, all investors will be love it. Toronto will be the most attractive investment place in the whole world. You know, that's the one thing is this. The second thing, there's unlimited resource in the new immigrants, you know, with them, their money and their talent, you know, their main power. But for the current government, they do not pay too much attention to this. Lots of resource wasted. It's not just we're wasting money to have a party, but there's lots of more waste in the like new immigrants. The resource wasted, people wasted, you know, the capital wasted, you know, a loss. Everybody here, you know, before I went to jail, in Chinese say, lots of people, because they cannot use their skill and ability, they're sitting here like immigration jail.